Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. You know, I've taken you to many parts of British Columbia this year. To Manning Park several times, to the interior, and even to the coastal mountains of BC. But this time, I'd like to show you what's in my own backyard, just a few minutes drive from my home. I've got some gear with me. I'm going to do a little hike into the woods here and find a good place to set up camp for the day. So I'm on the North Shore Mountains, which overlook my city, Vancouver. It's beautiful, isn't it? This area is, like I said, only a few minutes drive. Took me half an hour to get here. This is a good place to live if you like the outdoors, that's for sure. Well guys, I'm going to stop here for a bit and have some tea. Ooh, I really got to clean my gear before I bring it out again. Just a little bit of crud. Give the tea a nice earthy flavor. Gotta keep hydrated. So the tea today, it's a mata mix. Probably not real. It's probably not real mata, but sure tastes like it. Mata, mata, mata. Here it is. Ooh, that smells delicious. Bottoms up. Cheers. De Bourget. Prost. Ah. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I hope you've got your tea, your coffee, or whatever the hell you drink in the morning. And gather around. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, little bug. Gather around. Because I'd like to tell you a story. I'd like to tell you a story. I'd like to tell you a story. This summer, me and my wife decided it would be a great idea to set out and camp in the park of Manning. We left straight after work and we made headway through the traffic and made it there with a lot of time to spare. It was still light outside. We found our campsite. It was a beautiful little spot right next to the washrooms. So we were reminded of that fact every now and then as this pungent aura and smell made its way across the bushes and into our campsite and directly into our nostrils. But we were not going to be worried and concerned because, doggone it, we were camping. And we had a wonderful time spending time next to the fake campfire because there was a fire ban on. And we brought a ton of food. We spent the day and the night together, joking, laughing. And in the morning, we awoke and thought to ourselves, you know, today's a good day. Let's make a breakfast to put to shame all other breakfasts we've had. So we pulled out some whole grain bread and a big tub of peanut butter and, of course, some strawberry jam. And I thought to myself, you know what, my stomach, it needs to be loaded with delicious peanut butter and jelly sandwich stuff. I took not one, no, not two, and I don't even think it was 3, but 4 slices out of the bag, placed them on the picnic table, and I just loaded the peanut butter and jam on either side because I love a double-decker peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I scarfed that thing down with a huge thing of coffee that I made. And oh boy, I was a satisfied man. My wife Liz, she also had a light breakfast. She had some oatmeal or something, I can't remember. My focus was on my PB&J. And we thought it's a wonderful day. We're gonna head out into the woods and do a nice hike. The temperature was perfect, not too hot, not too cold, and we set out for this extravagant hike. Sorry about that. The wind started to pick up, so I had to move. Where was I? The hike. So after breakfast, me and the wife, we set out for the trailhead. Now, from research, we knew that at the end of the trail was a wilderness campsite fitted with a bear cache and places to set up your tent and also a washroom. And so we set out and we started to walk. Now, along this trail are a chain of 4 lakes and absolutely stunning scenery. And as we're walking, we're passing people, we're saying hello, how are you? Good to see you. Our feet start to feel the walk a little bit, but we push on because we want to get to this campsite. It was about an hour into the hike, maybe a bit less, where I start to feel this squeezing, sort of this pressure in my lower abdominal region. And it wasn't enough to make a big deal about it, so we continued on. I didn't even tell my wife that I was starting to feel this very strange feeling. As we set forth down the trail, crossing the lakes, taking pictures of the beautiful scenery, the discomfort begins to intensify. As if somebody dug their nails into my abdomen like Killer Kowalski. My wife begins to notice that I'm struggling with a little bit of discomfort. And it was at that moment where I realized my body was now reminding me of the quadruple decker peanut butter and jelly sandwich and the giant coffee that I had for breakfast. A sense of panic came over me because I did not realize or I did not know exactly how far this camp was, but it has a washroom. According to my research, it has a toilet. And so I tell my wife, Liz, let's push forth. As we're walking a little bit faster now, the pace has quickened, and as we push forward, I felt the squeeze get a little more tight. But we pushed on and on, in hopes that we would find this campsite soon. And as we're walking, I hear what sounds like the yawn of a walrus from my stomach. And it was at that moment where I stood a little more upright and a little more tensed in the mid-region. And I begin to walk as if I'm a zombie with straight legs and an upright body and slightly wiggly, noodly arms. So we push on. And the wife sees the beads of sweat rolling down my face and down my neck. So I look over to my left and I see a beautiful, crystal clear lake. And I think to myself, this would make a great toilet. So my wife looks at me with disgust and says, do what you must do. So as I walk down the steep embankment, I take off my boots, I take off my pants, take off my shirt, all the clothing except for my tighty-whities. And this water is freezing cold. And as soon as I put my foot in the water, the feeling goes away. It was incredible. But I knew that as soon as I got out and moved on, the feeling would return. So I took a deep breath, counted to 60, and submerged myself in the crystal clear Manning Park lake water. And I start treading the water and swimming out to a place not visible to other people walking on the trail. And that day, my friends, I crunched a good one, submerged in a crystal clear lake. It was a strange feeling, a feeling that I can't really describe, and you'd only know it if you've done it yourself. But to spare you the muddy details, I did my duties and could no longer feel my body because of the cold water. And I swam back to the shore. Just in my... I took off my underwear, by the way. Swam back to shore. Made sure I was nice and spotless. Put on my my tighty-whities. Still with the concern as for where this camp was. As I'm putting my clothes back on, we hear footsteps. And we look into the bush, and there are two people coming at us. With not a moment to spare, I get on my shirt and the rest of my clothing, and as these two hikers pass by, we ask them, "Excuse me, sir, do you know where the campsite is with the bear cache, with the places to set up your tent and the toilet?" And they said, "It's 400 meters that way." Like an idiot, I put my boots on, strapped up my backpack, and set out to walk the 400 meters to the campsite. And there it was, the bear cache, the places to set up your tent, and the toilet. There's my story. That's my story. Alright guys, so I'm going to go a little bit further into the woods here and look for a good place to set up a small fire so I can have my lunch. On the menu tonight, it's shish kebabs. Shish kebabs, huh? So we're going to find a place and cook them up. Let's go. Okay guys, this is the spot right here. Now to collect a little bit of wood, a little bit of kindling, and let's get a small fire going. And let's eat soon, because I'm hungry. There's a bunch of dead sticks all around here already, so that's going to help. In fact, this whole area is covered in dead stuff. No surprise there, it's a freaking forest. Sticks, pine cones, anything that's dry. The weather here in the lower mainland during October has been like this. Quite warm and quite dry. Okay, shish kebab time. You want big chunks. Give me a thumbs up if you like peppers. I love peppers. Hit that like button if you like peppers. Oh, that's rough on the knees. Das ist gut. And some onion. Give me a like if you like onion. And do a big chunk. Got my sticks. Shroomies. Oh, you know what? Those are just going to break apart. Screw the shroomies. No shroomies. And I got some meat. Had this sitting overnight with soy sauce. There it is. Okay, I'm going to do about 4 or so more of these, put them on the fire as I finish, and check back with you. Alright, they're looking very close to done. Here's a little piece of meat. Let's give it a taste. That's good. Just a bit of soy sauce and a little bit of seasoning. As you can probably tell by now, I'm not staying the night. Just a nice day in the woods, huh? Yummy. Oh, hot. Nothing like barbecued veggies. So I've got a special video coming up, so keep your eyes out for that one. It's taken a while to edit, so hopefully y'all are patient. And then I'm planning on doing another overnighter and possibly a multi-day soon. Still scouting locations, probably back in Manning, because why not? Manning's beautiful. Yeah, this will be probably the last opportunity to come up on the mountains like this with no snow. Winter's coming quick. And I've got hopes and plans to do a multi-nighter in the winter because I'll have some time off work. So that's going to be very excited for that. I hope you guys are too. Last one. A little too much char. Well, I would call that lunch a success. It was delicious, and oh, it went down quite well. Gotta tell you, if fall was always like this, nice and sunny and warm, barely any bugs, this would be my time of year. In the next week or so, this place will be covered in snow, for sure. and no wind. Peaceful. Peaceful. I'm going to relax a bit longer and put out this fire, clean it up, and make my preparation to get out of here. Back to the city, which is right there. So cool. So cool to live here. If you get a chance to visit Vancouver, I would highly recommend it. Okay guys, I'm packed up and ready to go. The site is cleaned up, the fire is out and cold, and I really enjoyed this day with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Until next time guys, thank you for watching. See ya. I am a log.
You doing it?
Don't film anymore.
Beautiful British Columbia.